welcome to the new World Cup match day show. So today we have a full house. But before we start, I wanted to remind you that this show is sponsored by Matchday. Matchday is all about digital collectibles where you can actually collect cards of players. They have a special edition for the World Cup as well. It's also available on the App Store and on matchday.com. So you can predict the scores for this World Cup. You can challenge your friends. You can build your own squad. So have a look. You can scan the QR code on your screen, or if you're on a desktop, you can just click the QR code on your screen. So welcome everyone. We have a full house today. As I said, we have Big Steve with us back, Paolo, Victor, and Sahbi with us. How you doing, gentlemen?
Good, man.
Right.
All good, all good.
Paolo with the mic as well. I like that.
We like that. Some professionalism and that.
Like a pro.
So how you doing, everyone? I start quickly with Victor because Spain just finished their game against Germany. But before we do that, I just want to talk to Steve because unfortunately he was not here last time. He was attending the England game against the USA in Manchester at this very big, massive fan zone. How was it, my friend?
Apart from the football, yeah, everything was good. But yeah, I said it on the first show about Southgate. It's just frustrating as an England fan. We know we've got the tools to do certain jobs, but we've got the guy in control that's frightened to death of using the right tools. I think when it comes to managers, there's shit managers, there's average managers, good managers, and elite. And he's somewhere in between shit and average. And the team can only carry you so far on the pitch. And then when you as a manager then have got to earn your money and you've got to make a decision and you've got to read the game like we do as supporters, you know. And he just didn't do it. And the whole nation knew it. You've seen how the reaction was. You've seen it, all the ex-pros, the pundits. It's so frustrating when you're looking at RFA and you're thinking, who's in charge there? You know what I mean? What's happening? And don't get it twisted. The Croatia semi-final and the Euros final, making him out to sound like he's some great manager in English football, but he's not. You know, the run-ins we had, we know they were easy run-ins. But listen, if you can't be beating the USA, or at least having a go, you know what I mean? We've seen some upsets in this tournament, but with the players we had on the bench, Phil Foden sat on the bench. I mean, I'm a City fan. I watch him week in, week out, and how he can play Mason Mount over Phil Foden.
Yeah, that wasn't my next question, but yeah.
So everyone was, listen, you've seen the scenes on my story before the game.
Yeah.
World Cup fever's got a grip of everyone. It was Friday night, 7,000 people in the zone. You know, they were playing highlights. Everyone was absolutely pumped up for it, and it was a dead good atmosphere, no trouble. And then he goes and does a stinker like that. So it just dampens everyone's spirits then, you know what I mean? And then you find yourself coming out of there questioning, and everyone's talking. I'm walking out of there, and I must have got mobbed of hundreds of people all going, Steve, why did you not play Foden? You know, I'm a City fan, ain't I? And I was like, I don't know. I've got no explanation. So as an England point of view, this weekend's been a little bit down because it's just, you know, it's a bit of an anticlimax after the first game. But we just got to keep going. We just got to get through. But with him in charge, I'm sorry, you know, and I'm the most positive guy in the world, me. I try and give everyone positive energy, but the guy winds me up. And then when he did the press conference and the guy said, look, you know, he got booed off the pitch, and he was like, did they really boo us? And he started trying to say, you know, they'd played well and all that. I can't handle that.
Controlled it from the back. I thought, do you know what? You're just bullshit. And then you get Maguire that comes out and actually says things.
Yeah, Harry Maguire was the best player on the park.
Yeah.
Best player on the park, yeah. And that in itself is enough for me.
Big Steve, can I ask you something, actually? Because funny enough, you asked to talk on Foden. From Gareth Southgate's press conference, he said that he didn't bring on Foden because he hasn't played in that position for his club. When obviously they've got... Yeah, what did you think on that?
Well, let's put it this way. Kyle Walker doesn't play in a back three at Man City.
I think the same
Kyle
thing.
Walker there. He brings Marcus Rashford off the bench and plays in wide right. Marcus Rashford doesn't play wide right for Man United. So he's talking out of his arse. At the end of the day, Phil Foden can play in the 10, can play in an 8, can play left, can play right. And you're the manager. You can play at the players wherever you want. to get through a system. You know, Pep Guardiola played Fabian Delph at left back and won the Centurion season.
Yeah.
So that's the sign of an elite
Yeah,
manager.
I thought
Andrei
it was a
Zinchenko
cop out.
played
I thought it was a cop out, mate. I really did. Yeah, I agree.
It is, and it's frustrating from an England point of view, as you know. But this tournament, it's not the greatest tournament. We've said that. We've all said that. So if there's ever a chance to make a statement, you've got to have a pair of balls in this tournament, and you've got some managers have got to have a pair of balls and go for it. And do you know what? If you die on your sword, but you went for it, I'll take a step back and say, fair play. We went for it, but we didn't quite have enough to do it.
Yeah.
But when you sit there, negative as shit, you know, two defensive midfielders panicking, shitting yourself against the USA. It's a bit of an hard pill for me to swallow.
Terrible, man.
They were singing in the stands as well. This is called soccer. This is called soccer. As well.
That's what made it worse, man. The England fans should have just filled them all in.
Yeah. So yeah, Paolo, you wanted to say something?
All I was gonna say was that as soon as he brought Henderson on, I mean, he just explained everything. I mean, he was happy with the draw. That's it. And the thing is, as well, I watched the game live, and a lot of people, I was saying, I know it wasn't as much as a big deal for Rashford to go on the right as it was to not bring Foden on, but I still think that I watch Man United week in, week out, and Ty, you would agree with me. Rashford from the right is not the same player as he is from the left. You need someone who's direct, and he would have done that from the left. Sterling did nothing all game. If you put Rashford on the left, he's going to be direct. He's going to take on defenders, and that's it. You put him on the right way. I forgot he even came on. And Mount, again, how is he playing another full 90 minutes? And look, Grealish, he done all right when he came on. I didn't think he was terrible, but I think you need to put Rashford on the left. I would have taken off Sterling off for Rashford, put Foden in the middle, and that's it.
At least Grealish should run with the ball, because what you're getting now is you're getting Harry Kane, who's frustrated as shit because he's no number 10. He's dropping so deep trying to get involved in the game.
Exactly.
Harry Kane, for me, should be on the shoulder of the centre-back and say, don't drop into midfield, stay on the shoulder of the centre-back and create space for a proper number 10. Mason Mount needs to do one, put Foden in the 10 or Grealish in the 10 and get Kane in the box and say, look, you get on the shoulder at defender, get the balls in the box, Harry Kane finish it. But we won't. Harry Kane's coming into midfield. He's trying to be Wayne Rooney when he started trying to be a playmaker. That's not his job. And it's mad. But Kane gets away with it because he's Kane. We've got nobody else. But
so Steve, you're playing Wales next. What would your starting 11 look like? And what would you change then?
Well, I'd play the same back four. I think it's okay. You know what I mean? Maybe you could put Trent in, but I don't know. In midfield, I would play. I've said it before. I'd play against Wales. I'd play Jude Bellingham or Declan Rice in DM. I'd play Grealish and Foden. Yeah, in the middle. Yeah, and then I'd play Sterling, Kane, and Saka. And I'd have them two midfielders in there. And we don't need to go 2 DM midfielders against Wales. We don't. Let the Wales worry about us. We're England.
Wales have not been good. Wales have not been good.
You got footballers.
Let them think shit. Let them think shit. They've got Grealish and Foden centre mid. What are we going to do? Not us thinking shit. We've got a manager that worries about not conceding goals rather than scoring goals. And that's the difference with us and other managers in this competition.
Absolutely,
He's more worried about not conceding than actually going up the pitch and trying to get a goal. And for an England manager, an elite nation, with them players, that is wrong. If it was a lesser nation, I get that. You're thinking, I don't want to get pummeled. You play to your strengths. But like I say, England are playing with shackles on.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I get your frustration. To be fair, I mean, I watched the game. We all watched the game as well. We discussed this last time. Yeah. It was really, really frustrating. But hopefully, it will look better against Wales. Victor, there's this guy in the comment section saying Spain. So Javi is saying the Spain are the favorites. I've watched the game tonight against Germany. It was not looking like the 7-0 of the previous game. What do you make of that game against Germany?
Not the same against Costa Rica, but anyway, we passed the exam. I think we made a great performance. In any case, Spain made a great performance. Like the first 20 minutes, we got our right defender and left defender going 2 down in our defense, and they were coming on the press. We were creating some spaces for Pedri. Pedri made a big start of the match, a great start of the match. But then after, I think the Germany team realized, they equalized, they go down on their defense, they close the spaces, and then the game equalizes. We got some chases, in the first time, nothing too clear. In the second time, we made a goal. We start really good on the second time. We made a goal, and after the goal, Spain almost disappeared. Musiala, a great match. Wow. He made a great match. You know, after the first goal of Spain, he appears. He went into the middle of Germany. He took control of the game. He was arriving to our goal, also in his goal, going in defense. So the guy is a massive player. But anyway, I think it's a fair result. I think 1-1. I said it last day. My forecasting for that
game
was 1-1.
It was your prediction. Yeah, it was 1-1.
And not for us. We're already almost in the 8 finals. You know, Germany has to make 8 goals to Costa Rica in order us to lose against Japan and then going out. So it's really hard to get out. So, and not for us, I told you. And in any case, you know, 1-1, we could even lose, you know. Sané had the last chance. But I think we made a great match. In any case, we made a great play, a great game. Pedri and Gavi, in the first time, they were really brilliant. And the second time, they, you know, Germany equalized. They got the middle, and then they got more space, less spaces for them, and then maybe they struggle a little bit more. But anyway, we made the goal. Dani Olmo also made a great match. Asensio not bad. So my lecture is really positive. You know, I told you the exam was Germany. Yeah. I think we passed the exam, and now we'll see. We'll see. You know, now it's
Germany were looking way better than
and then you can make whatever on those matches. So I'm confident now.
Okay, fair enough. Ty and Paulo, did you watch that game?
Yes, I did. I went to watch it live as well, and I think that one thing I wanted to say is, especially in the second half, Germany were really aggressive to stop any progressive, dangerous passing from Spain in the second half in particular. So it kind of stopped Spain in their tracks, and a lot of fouls in that game, a lot of tackles. And I think Germany done well. I thought Spain a couple of times where the final ball was there and it could have been 2-1, 3-1, but just the final ball didn't get there. But one thing I wanted to ask Victor was, with Morata scoring in both games, do you think that Morata should start in the last group stage game?
Yeah.
Do you think Morata should start?
Yeah. No. I think, you know, when Morata got into the game, we need to create some space. You know, we need to bring the German defense in their deep defense, create some spaces in the middle, and then it was a good decision. Maybe not so good, the Kokesh substitution also. But for me, Morata shouldn't go in the first starting 11, you know. Right now, Asensio, Dani Olmo, they're having a great level. And in my opinion, I told you the other day, the guy who has to play is Ansu Fati. But in any case,
you mentioned him,
Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres is okay. But Morata
missed a massive okay. I think he was offside, but he missed it. Clear okay.
He didn't make a good match. You know, he didn't make a good match. The other day, he was brilliant against Costa Rica. He got the spaces, and then he made 2 goals. But today wasn't his day. And we didn't see Ansu Fati. And I'm sad about that, you know, because I think we need to see him, give him some minutes. And with those spaces in the second half, with Nico Williams and Ansu Fati, I think we could make more goals, you know. We even got the chance to make the 2-0 with Asensio. You know, and he missed it. So
when I watched that, I watched the game, and I think Spain, in my head, I think they were quite secure in the 1-1, knowing that they're probably job done, they're going to go through. But I think coming out of the game, as much as I don't really fancy Germany, I think they will come out of that game with a lot of confidence, to be honest. I think they're going to the game against Costa Rica now, and I expect them to beat Costa Rica. But I just feel like Germany, if I like Hansi Flick as a coach, don't get me wrong, a very good coach. I just feel like he's missing 1 or 2 strings to his bow. And I think, like, for me, Leroy Sané coming on, like someone said, obviously got him behind, tried cutting the ball back. Him, for me, he should start. He's a great outlet, and the pitches look big in Qatar right now. There's spaces out there to run into. So for me, I'd have Sané starting. I'll put Gnabry on the left. I don't think Gnabry's having a great impact in the tournament, but I'd keep him in for 1 more game. And I'd put Musiala in the 10 because he seems to be getting on the ball in these little pockets, and he could unlock them. I think where Germany are going to fall short is in this striker department. We've gone through the eras of the Miroslav closers, you know what I mean, where they just have someone that can put the ball in the net. Muller's not the same anymore in that profile. They've got Falkenberg, he scored a great goal today. And then Kai Havertz is not really a number 9. But, you know, if they can get that attacking trio there in behind it, just as forward to try and make something happen, Germany could finally wiggle their way through the tournament. But for me, I think Leroy Sané needs to start on the wing and just give them a bit of an outlet. I think they're missing that lack of pace and penetration when they're in the final third.
Do you think that's it for Germany then?
Sané was coming from injury.
So what do you say, Paulo?
I was just going to say, do you think that's it for Germany? Do you think they don't go through?
No. I think they beat Costa Rica. So it depends on what happens on the. But I feel like if Germany are to progress, but actually make a challenge for the trophy, not just progress and go out. I think Sane has to come in. I just think they need that outlet, and we've watched him enough at Man City. Big Steve, seen what he's like. His pace, man. Like he's a pacey player, but he can dribble with the ball, he can ball carry, and when you've got Musiala, Gundogan, and you've got these Havertz, there's no like sort of penetration in there. You need a different profile, and for me, I put Gnabry and Sane on the wings, and I think Hansi Flick could unlock something that I don't know what anyone else thinks.
I think Flynn wants to play also with Sane, but Sane was coming from an injury. So
I didn't know that.
So today he was playing some minutes, and maybe the third match is going to play the whole match.
Yeah, he has to.
On the next matches.
He's quality, man. He's quality.
What I find interesting, I like Flick. I think he realizes in the halftime about what's happening with Spain going out of depression, and they went depression, so more aggressive, but not going so deep in the Spanish team. And he changed the game, and then he put Fulkrug on the game. He gained some meters on our defense. He created some spaces for Musiala, and that's where Musiala appears. And that's where Musiala starts making that game. So I think he made the right decisions, but I think the Spanish team made a great performance. So that's why he couldn't equalize so easily and making maybe more goals. And even Sané got the chance to make the second goal. You saw it. So
it's just unlucky with the touch. What did you think, Sabi, when you watched the game? What do you think of Germany or Spain?
Oh, I think Spain, their positional play was outstanding. We saw the first half. I mean, they're the best team that can play that position football. And I really like that. What I find interesting is the front three, the Olmo, Asensio, and Ferran Torres. They're actually players who don't play regular football at their own club, which makes it quite interesting because they now play that well. Maybe they have the condition, the energy, maybe because they don't play at their club. But I mean, it shows balls to Luis Enrique to play them. Right?
And Rodri at centre back with Laporte. That's crazy for me.
That's crazy. I told you the other day, I didn't believe it, and I thought Luis Enrique went to change that for this game. And
the only time I've ever seen Rodri at centre back is when if City got a 10 men, or we're literally in the shit. We know centre backs, then he'll drop Rodri in there. So I've got to give Rodri credit because he's not the fastest in the world, but he's very, very powerful and strong. And Laporte is a great defender. And that partnership, if Spain could win the World Cup with Rodri and Laporte at centre back, that would be
crazy.
Unbelievable.
The only thing that I don't like about that is that I prefer Rodri on the midfield.
Yeah, me too.
You don't like
but it's a good solution. It's a good solution. It's a good choice, and a really choice of Luis Enrique, and we need to say.
What do we think as well on? Like, I would see if anyone what they thought on Japan, because Japan today had a chance to obviously progress, and I thought it was a chance that they wouldn't blow. If I'm honest, based on their performance against Germany, I thought they'd have too much for Costa Rica, but that's another. You could say it's another shock in a different kind of manner. I think they'll be quite disappointed over there in Tokyo and then the other places over there right now.
It's the only target by Costa Rica in 2 matches. One shot on the target, one goal, 3 points.
200 minutes indeed.
No, but Keylor Navas was quality today. To be fair, I mean the intensity in front of him was quite good. So it's not a lucky goal, obviously, but the keeper was a little bit too short. He tried to. If he was solo, I think he wouldn't have been funny. To be fair,
he would have it.
No, that was a great game. But I wanted to ask Sabi, what's that red kit that you have? Is that Morocco? You changed it today?
No. This is from Ajax.
And this is Ajax because I wanted to talk about Morocco. I said because that's a big shock of the day as well. I said maybe you changed teams today.
No, I have it somewhere. So I could have changed it indeed.
No, Belgium, Morocco. We need to talk about that one, obviously, because the Man City legend KDB is also part of Belgium. So I'm sure Big Steve, you watched that game, but that Belgium Morocco game was quality. I mean, even the
Belgium are finished, man. They had the golden generation.
Yeah.
If you listen, they get exactly what they deserve. Roberto Martinez is shit. Yeah, let me just get it right. He's shit. He's on the Gareth Southgate list of average to shit managers. Yeah. So another one. You put these average to shit managers in charge of elite players. What do you think is going to happen? Yeah. These players don't even listen to him. Kevin De Bruyne probably don't listen to a word the man says. He's probably thinking.
He said Belgium is too old to win this World Cup.
Yeah, but he's being honest. He gave him man of the match the other week, and he didn't even want it. He was embarrassed.
Yeah.
So listen, Belgium have missed a trick there. This is what I'm saying. If you get a generation of talent, you can't manage that talent substandard managers. It doesn't work. You know, it doesn't work. So that's why you've got to think, right, we can't let this slip. We need to get the men in control. Martinez, no. Belgium, did you see the passage of play where they were walking after 10 minutes?
Yeah.
It was disgusting. If I was an England fan in that stadium, I'd be fuming. And they were walking and like they didn't give a shit. There's some big problems in the Belgium squad. At least you look at some of these nations, they're trying their best, they're running their heart out for the countries. They didn't give a shit, man.
And they will remain top of the FIFA ranking. I don't know what.
It's crazy. It's crazy because we all said it. I think we actually all said that Belgium could go out early. Like I think a lot of us even predicted. I even said that I think Belgium will be the first team to crash. And even when you look at in tournament football, the big thing you need is sort of harmony. You need to believe. I think Portugal have got a bit of that about them. England, this sort of camp have got that in them compared to other years. But this Belgium team there, you look at the full-time whistle, and then Vertonghen does an interview, and he actually says maybe our attack's too old. In reply to obviously Kevin De Bruyne's comments, but you don't really want to be doing that. It's creating a bit of a natural hostility there, whether he's banting or not.
Irritation.
You know them little jokes, 5%. It's like your boy. It's like your friend gives them little digs, and you're like, "Why are you saying that?" But deep down, you're thinking, "I'll remember that." Do you know what I mean? I don't like when people do that. So it's like I feel like he's done that, and him and De Bruyne, you know, Alderweireld, they're the experienced players. So they should be the ones trying to uplift them, knowing that it's probably their last World Cup potentially. So Belgium are in big trouble. I don't know. I can't remember who their last game is. Croatia,
guys. It's not only about Belgium being poor today and poor in general.
It's about Morocco being.
It's about Morocco playing very good as well.
Do you know what? Just quickly as well, Sabi. Obviously, you've seen Hakim Ziyech. I actually went to Ajax in 2018 when you played Feyenoord and Van Persie had just signed. You beat them 2-0, and Klaas-Jan Huntelaar scored. But Ziyech was the best player on the pitch for me, and I really liked the way he can come in on that inside channel. I don't think Chelsea got the best out of him, and I don't think he's been the best of himself at Chelsea. But today, I was so happy to see him play well, because if you think about it, a year ago, he was done with the international team. He fell out with the manager. He was not going to get picked. He only repaired his relationship about 3 weeks before the tournament. So I'm actually very pleased just for him and the coach that he's got a man of the match performance, and he's played a big part in obviously their first win, I think, since '98. So yeah, big up Ziyech, man.
Yeah, excellent. He's an excellent player, man. You just need to give him trust, confidence, and he'll do everything for you. Just give him the time. And that's what he gets at this moment. He's the leader, and he performs. He takes them by the hand, and he's doing well. You saw the second goal, that assist.
Yeah.
Trying to pass great passes. Yeah, it was great. And what I like about Morocco is their organization. They don't concede. They are so well placed,
organized.
On the pitch, organized. You got. I mean, it's I think 6 or 7 games that they didn't concede a goal. That should say enough. So my take is that they will definitely win from Canada. At least don't concede. So they will go through together with Croatia.
There's a player who is surprising me. Wow. I got a player who is surprising me from Morocco's team. Is Amrabat.
Amrabat, yeah.
He's the brother from the real Amrabat, you know, the guy with a lot of quality. And this guy is a destroyer, and he's making great matches.
He's the engine
everywhere. So I love it. And Morocco is making a great performance. You know, they're so compact. There's no space when you're gonna go against them. So I liked about them is this, you know, they don't leave you any space. So you can't create. So they at any time they arrive with 2 players. They close the space, so you got to go back and then try to create in the other space, and they go to the other side, so it's perfectly timed, the team, you know. So I like it, I love it.
What were you going to say, Paolo?
I was just going to say what's crazy is that, you know, a lot of the time in these international tournaments, but at this point, we kind of see, well, even though the second matches aren't done yet from the group stage, we kind of see 2-3 teams who are already through, you know, and now it's only France that are through, and I think that.
Thank you. I want to clarify, because I don't know where you were going, mate. We are the only ones qualified for now.
Well, what's crazy is that, look, I think England, they have to lose by quite a few goals to not go through, but England are still there. You know, they still need to get a win. Belgium are in a sticky situation. Holland as well. There are a couple of teams. Argentina, they could still go out pretty easily in this next game. I think Saudi Arabia.
Let's talk Argentina, actually, because that was an interesting game.
Yeah.
What did you think of that, actually? Because a lot of people with this Argentina team, including myself, like I said, I watched them at the final, and I was like, this is a team. But like yesterday, in that first half for me, I was watching an Argentinian game, and I was thinking, are they even going to break down this Mexican side? They just looked, the body language was not there. There was no harmony. They
the intensity as well, mate. Like the Mexicans in front of them, they were like super
it was like
physical.
A great wall, and they just couldn't break them down.
But also, everyone made his own war. In Argentina's team, everyone
even off the pitch, guys, the fans between them, they weren't.
It didn't feel like it felt like every time Argentina had the ball, the fans are booing, and like you could hear like the atmosphere of the Mexicans. But I thought Lionel Messi, obviously it was a great goal, but the Enzo Fernandez change really for me sparked Argentina into life. And I think if Scaloni's to like go into that third game with any sort of confidence, I think the team that finished the last 20 minutes is probably the team that should start in the final group game against Poland. That's what I think.
And that second goal is a screamer as well. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not the Richarlison way, but bro, that is a screamer. It was a beauty.
Quality. Yeah.
I thought the first half, Mexico done so well to stop anything from Argentina. Even when they got into central areas in midfield, they couldn't really get past Mexico. They were pressing, they were counter-pressing when losing possession. They were really... The thing is, what was a shame is that Mexico never really invested many players forward. So when they did get into somewhat good areas, there was only 2-3 players there, and then you got Argentina who are recovering and then getting back into position very quickly. The Messi goal, for me, Messi was missing, but down to Mexico. Mexico were that good, I think, yesterday. Messi's goal was great, and then it's 2-0, and Argentina still need a win, though. They still need a win because I think even if they draw. If I'm not mistaken, if they draw, depending on the Saudi Arabia game, they still might not go through.
Depends.
They need to win. But in any case, I don't know why Scaloni is not putting Enzo Fernandez since the very first game. Enzo Fernandez has been the engine of Benfica's. Benfica is making a huge season. He's playing great football. That guy is everywhere, on the match. And you got De Paul, who is out right now. This guy is.
He's not playing well.
He's not playing well at all. It's really so bad right now. And he's not making him play Enzo. And he can put Enzo with Guido, who's playing always in Betis. So he's also making a great season. And then you can also get a strong midfield with those two,
Yeah, but
the ball is not making the game. He's not creating anything. So when the ball comes to Argentina, always Di Maria and Messi were the creators, and they were looking for them. Messi did nothing down in the first time. And then he made the goal. But after the goal, I don't know what else he did.
It was just that. Sorry, Sabi. Let me just say one thing. That little part there for Messi, that little opportunity he saw, every single moment in that game in the first half, Mexico did not allow that sort of space for Messi. It was that one moment. As soon as he has a little space, he takes a shot and he scores, and that's what the best players in the world do, man. When they get those small opportunities, they take them. So
No. Now, what I just wanted to say is, I mean, offensively, you got those players like Messi, etc. But Licha, who came in as a starter, that made the difference. I mean, come on.
I love him, man. I do love him.
Man. It's obvious, man. The butcher. I mean, Mexico couldn't do a thing because of him. He controlled the game at the back.
Yeah, he does.
And I still can't understand why he didn't play him the first game.
He's nailed on Sabi, I think. Like, his reading of the game is anticipation, but also for me, his passing through the lines, like, it's such an underrated
exactly,
quality.
That's right.
It's like John Stones for Man City. Like, you get players that can just get the balls into the final third or into the midfield, punching it in there, and then all of a sudden you're hitting them on the half turn. I think Martinez was a great addition for them. And if it was me, I'd probably prefer to partner Martinez with Romero than Otamendi. But I understand these South American teams, Mexico, like they like their experience, good Godins and stuff like that. I get it. I understand it. But for me, Romero and Martinez is like the way to go if Romero can stay fit. But I thought he was a great addition. I'm just going to ask a question, Stu, because big up Yax. I don't know if he's come over from Big Steve's channel. Big up everyone that's watching on Big Steve's channel. Make sure that you click the link in the description and you can come and watch via FanFest. If you make an account on FanFest, we can get all your comments up so we can see in front of the show.
It takes 2 seconds.
Everyone that's watching. It only takes about 30 seconds. Question for Big Steve quickly. Thank you, Yax. It says, do you think Brazil can go all the way if this coach starts Bruno Guimaraes in midfield with Casemiro?
Well, it's more of a question for you, Ty, because you back up Brazil, but
yeah. Oh, no, I didn't want to disrespect Yax, to be fair, because he asked Steve.
I mean, I told you my thoughts on Brazil. I was impressed with them, and if they prove me wrong, then listen, I'll take it on the chin. I just think they've got a lot of good players there. The manager's got to get it right. I don't know. It's early days. I won't like to say, you know what I mean? But they've impressed me so far. I just think there's a mental block somewhere down the line with Brazil. I just don't know. I think when we get to the later stages, I think we might I just don't know something with Brazil. That's my own opinion, but I know a lot of people backing them, but no, I don't know.
No, I like what you're saying. And to be fair, Yaks, I support, as you see the tops, we've got the Brazil top in the background. I agree with what Steve's saying. I thought that first half was a bit lackluster, but then I thought at the end of the game it was a mature
the Big Six group chat, when Richarlison scored that goal, from Toby. If I shown you that group chat, I just sent my message back. I said, you need to understand who you're talking to. I said, I'm 41 years old. I've seen Bebeto, Careca, Romario, Rivaldo, R9. Do not talk to me as if Richarlison is anywhere near
Toby's your Spurs fan. Yeah, I'm with you.
Toby, I said, calm down, mate. Calm down, and then he shut up because he gets a bit excited. He's worse.
You should have said to him, Steve. You should have said that to him. You want him starting over Kane then? You should have said that.
Yeah, he's worse, man. One fantastic goal, and that was it. The second coming of R9 had turned up. It was just great. Tottenham, innit? It was Tottenham, not much.
Yeah, exactly. Let them got to cheer on anything they can. Do you know what? In reply to your question as well, Yaks, I think with the Neymar injury, I believe that Paqueta is now going to probably go in the 10 role, and I think Fred will partner Casemiro because Fred's ahead of Bruno Guimaraes in the pecking order. So I don't think personally, from Tite's point of view, when you go unbeaten in the qualifiers, you all of a sudden would throw Bruno Guimaraes into the team ahead of players that have helped get you there. That's just my logic. It doesn't mean I think Bruno Guimaraes is not better than Fred and stuff like that, but it's about systems and coaches. But thank you for your question. And guys, make sure you play Matchday Challenge and make sure you make a link on FanFest, the descriptions down there in Big Steve
Exactly.
channel.
And you also have the opportunity to join the show with us by requesting to join the show. Just turn on your camera and your mic and you can come and exchange with us. Guys, it's been 30 minutes and we haven't talked about the best player in the world.
Kylian.
And you know who I'm talking about.
Kylian.
Best player in the world is at home.
And you know who I'm talking about. I have the Zidane
Let me start it then.
You know, best player in the world is at home right now.
This is the Zidane number 10 because he has tied up the record of Zidane in the French national team. Same amount of goals. He's only 23 years old. His name is Kylian Mbappe. Guys, I'm sorry to say, I'm not giving overhyped.
He still needs to
just
go
what
over
he's doing is wonderful.
Stuart, be honest. Can I ask you something? Because someone said to me, I was at Daps's yesterday and we were talking about it with Mo, and he believes that. So I was disagreeing with him. He was saying Mbappe is a goal and assist merchant, and he's not playing well at all.
Yeah, I know. I was in the live with Daps. Big up to Daps as well.
Big up Daps, man.
He was saying Mbappe is a goal merchant, and
what do you think? What do you think? I want to hear what you think as a France fan.
When you say goal merchant, is that he's scoring goals, so you forget all the mistakes is making basically, but that's not the case. That Mbappe is such, and you have a massive Real Madrid fan with us today, and I think is still dreaming about Haaland and Mbappe at his club. But apparently Haaland and Mbappe were signing this summer, but it did not happen. It will happen eventually, I think, because they could work and play together perfectly at Real Madrid. To be fair, but yeah, what I'm trying to say is that the Mbappe goal merchant, overrated conversation. I think I'm not having it. I'm not having it simply because at the moment the two best players in the world are still in activity, and we're talking about Ronaldo and Messi. Apart from those two, who else do you have as a complete footballer? You have no. At the club level, obviously Haaland is a machine. He's an amazing striker, proper number 9, proper finisher, and everything. But as a complete footballer, someone that can turn the game upside down if he decides to turn up, it's him. I'm sorry. I agree. Sometimes he picks up his game and etc.
I did say that last show about France. It's him for me.
It's him.
This is for him. The kid's got a tremendous ego, and I think he knows he's going to be up there. And then they're comparing Haaland and him now, the next generation. It's great. It's great for me as Haaland. Great for you as Mbappe. But Haaland's not at the World Cup. Benzema's not at the World Cup. This is his World Cup to shine. He's got to take it by the horns. If he can drag this France team to the World Cup and win it, then he's going to go down as in history as he's going to be.
In 2018, he carried out the France team.
I was in Monaco when he destroyed us, Man City in Monaco. I was there when he was a young boy, but that Monaco team, Bernardo Silva and all that. I knew then, I thought we need to get him. And then he went to Paris, and obviously he's got his baggage and all the stuff that comes with him. But on the international scene, he's none of that about. It doesn't matter. He's playing for France, and he looks absolutely dangerous. He's frightening on the ball, and
Yes.
Dembele on the other side as well.
Exactly, the connection with Dembele is amazing as well.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I have to say, in my opinion, the playmaker of France is Antoine Griezmann. He's playing
Last game.
do not rate this
No.
Yo.
Victor, last game Griezmann was way better than the
Okay,
previous
yeah.
one.
You
I
know,
agree
Mbappe
with you.
is the
Not
most
the
decisive player in the World Cup.
playmaker. The playmaker is a massive statement, mate. I don't think Griezmann
Yeah.
was a
Oh,
playmaker.
yeah,
He is
man.
not,
He's way
he's
better.
not in too deep as
He's
well.
coming back. He's
Not
coming
by
back,
a
but
mile.
not the
Yeah.
playmaker. Come on.
This last season with Atletico de Madrid, he's not making so many goals. He's
I know.
coming to the midfield, start creating some games and creating some occasions. And with France, he's doing the same. But he's overprotected because the other ones are defending. He don't have to defend like in Atletico de
When
Madrid.
you're talking about France and playmaker, the one dictating the tempo, the rhythm, etc., we had Pogba, the France Pogba, not the Man United Pogba, and we're missing him desperately.
Big
And
time,
now you have
big
Griezmann, not as a playmaker. If you compare what Griezmann is doing and what Pogba was doing with us, it's uncomparable.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I've
obviously
not been
Griezmann
impressed
is
with
better,
Griezmann,
but
man. I just can't. I don't know, something about Griezmann. You know, he is better for France than what he is at club level now. There's something about him, like players like him and Ribéry and stuff. I've just never been able to naturally fully gravitate to, and I just feel like you are missing Pogba in there, to be honest. And I just feel like,
100%.
I think with Mbappe, going back to Steve's point quickly, is that when you look at this tournament as a whole, right? You know how you said about Haaland at club level, like he's deadly. He can have a poor game, but he might still score 2 goals and it impacts the results. In terms of Mbappe, he can afford to have a poor game, but because he's so raw with the pace and he can finish and be in the right place at the right time, in the whole tournament, how many players can you look at who have that X factor of just, can do something out of nothing? You actually don't have a lot. And Mbappe is a unique player in that tournament now. And that's why I feel like France, no matter what, like Steve said, they will always be dangerous because they've got him. If you take him out of the side, I think we're looking at a different France team, but he's just got that ability to do something out of nothing, score 2 goals, and maybe people say, yeah, but he hasn't done nothing for 85 minutes. Well, let's be honest.
Yeah, but when you need him to turn up,
he's scoring 2 goals. So
I remember I had the conversation with, sorry to cut you, Paulo. I had the conversation with Robbie on DR Sports when we had this argument with Expressions, big up to him, about Harry Kane not being a world-class striker. Robbie was saying a world-class striker is turning up when you need him, even if he's having a poor game, such as Mbappe, such as all those world-class strikers. And Harry Kane was not doing this. I don't know if you guys agree, but Mbappe is like this. Like, he can have a terrible game, but he's always stepping up and turning up when we need him. So that's why he's a world-class player.
I still think that Harry Kane can be one of those players who can save the day for England. I still think he can be.
When did he do that?
I'm just saying, I think he's one of those players who, when he gets himself in great positions, and you've got players in midfield like Bellingham and Declan Rice who can pass the ball into him, he could be a game changer. But however, from the top of my head, the only players who could really do that in this tournament is Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo, and then you can argue Neymar as well.
Can you repeat the first two? Can you repeat the first two, please?
Messi and Ronaldo.
No, you said Messi and
Mbappe.
What a glorious day to have those 2 players at your club.
Of course. You had to put that in, innit? You had to put that in. Yeah, but yeah, I think those are the only players. Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, and Neymar. Those are the players where you say, if you need a player to step up for your country and get you out of the hole you're in, those are the only 4 players I can think of. Yeah.
I don't think Ronaldo. I'll be honest with you, Paulo. Sorry to disagree quickly, but I don't think Ronaldo packs that punch.
Is it?
Not anymore. Maybe in the past.
Victor, what are you saying about that?
Still got it.
Sentiment got you, man. Sentiment got you.
Take it easy.
He's more of a striker.
I gotta be honest, man. I can't fake it. I just don't think I don't think he's got that X factor in him to do it.
Always confident in Ronaldo. Always.
He did a year ago when we were all dancing in the car park.
Say again, Steve?
I said you did a year ago when you were all dancing in the car park and buying.
Not me. I'm the only one that was not, man. Saeed. But at least he's gone now. At least he's gone.
But in all fairness, from all those players, only Mbappe has that explosiveness.
Yeah. Right now, yes.
Out of nothing, and he's the only player currently in this tournament that has that extra. So for me, he's the best player of the tournament by a mile.
Can I ask you a question, Stu, quickly? just quickly, sorry, Victor, just on Mbappe quickly. Do you feel like his future for France, international wise, his future is out on the on the wings, or do you think, say, when Giroud and Benzema actually do move on, do you think he would then eventually end up as a number 9 for France? Where do you see him?
No, and even at PSG, I don't really like him as a. We were having this conversation, comparing Haaland and Mbappe. Haaland is a number 9.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
Haaland is a proper number 9. Mbappe is not a number 9. No, Mbappe, as I said, on the wing can also deblock some situation with his space. He's always, it's not the same. No, I don't like Mbappe as a 9.
You need to use his strength in behind, and I think
he has more space.
I like him on the left as well.
Yeah, he has more space.
He has more space.
Yeah, exactly. He's a creative attacking player. So if you put it as a number 9, you see Giroud, how Giroud behaves on the pitch. And it's just obviously his positioning. He pays a lot of attention to his positioning, and he's always at the right time, at the right position. But Mbappe will be so frustrated to wait on the box to receive some balls. Like he needs to take initiatives and create. And Haaland, for example, is not doing this. He's a finisher. He's always well positioned. He's smashing goals because that's what he does. But Mbappe is not a pro player like this, and I don't think he will end up doing this for the France national team. And even if Zidane takes over after Didier Deschamps, I'm sure Zidane won't play him as a number 9. So no, I don't think he will.
But Stu,
I got a question. Sorry,
about the game, France.
One fast question for Stu. What do you think about Olivier Giroud becoming the most scorer in the history of the France national team?
I'm getting rusted when people ask me that question because most of his goals he scored them during friendlies or penalties.
No, man, easier games.
I've never been a massive fan of Giroud, but I have to give him credit. Like it's a massive achievement.
Yes.
But as a it's not my cup of tea, man. I find him very heavy on his feet. Is a bit slow. It's not the type of
matter of time
that I'm a fan of. But
a matter of time.
I have to admit, he's on the top now. So what do you want me to say?
Not for long, I think. I think
Mbappe is coming for him. 100%. 23 years old. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Matter of time.
Exactly. So what do you want to say, Ty?
Oh, funny enough, Mo, I was just chatting because Daps and I are watching it at home, actually. But funny enough, Rabiot, boy, we were speaking about him on the first show and saying, do you know what? But he's actually stepping up in midfield. I've got to be honest with you. Aerial threat. He's trying to break the lines. He's getting about the pitch, making himself like there. You can see him. He's a presence. I'll be honest with you. I'm not the biggest Rabiot fan, but this tournament, he surprised me. I think actually he's been more effective than what Chouameni's been so far. And you'd probably say that Chouameni's the better player on paper. So yeah, I think
Chouameni has less experience as well. So again, I was not expecting too much from Chouameni. But I know he's doing well at Real Madrid, but he's still a young player. So
has Rabiot surprised the French people though?
Again, the expectations that we have are not that high because the midfield we have is I'm sorry, is shit.
You're about to say shit.
2018. No, I'm sorry, but we're missing Conte, we're missing Pogba, and
the depth, isn't it? It's the depth.
Pogba is not coming back.
No, of course. But no, the midfield that I'm waiting for, and someone that can actually help the midfield in general is Camavinga. Because I think he's supporting the midfield. I know he experienced a slight injury, like slight discomfort before the competition kicked off. But I think when he will be back, I think it will be a breath of fresh air. So I can't wait for Camavinga to be back.
Yeah. Okay. In Madrid, what is he doing really great is changing the pace of the games. When he came in with that rhythm, with that pace, when he came in the game and the other team is already exhausted, so he's changing games. So I think in France, at the beginning, he will start on the bench and getting some minutes, and you'll see him down in the World Cup getting on the second time in the games.
You know who reminds me of at times is Renato Sanchez at times. A little bit different, but sometimes Renato Sanchez, when you have him in midfield and he's driving his way through midfield and changing the pace of the game, that's what Camavinga brings to France. And I would like to see that in midfield for France.
Oh, Paulo, Danilo is injured.
Oh, I don't want to say thank God. I think it's a bit too far, but but it's guys, Antonio Silva at centre back, please.
Yeah, he's a
I
big.
told you, Danilo's got in midfield, but you got like 3 ribs broken or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Some sort of injury in training for Danilo. And I said, guys, on the other show, Danilo was terrible. I
It
don't.
could be
I
a
didn't want to
blessing,
see him.
Paolo. It could be a blessing in a weird way.
Yeah,
Like,
it could be because
Yeah.
I really rate Antonio Silva. I don't know if you guys know much about him, but he's young,
yeah.
really good centre back, and I think he's one of them ones where next to Ruben Diaz he can be solid. I do think he'll go with Pepe though.
Yeah, that's what you don't. Yeah, but what do you prefer Silva in favor of Pepe?
I'd prefer Antonio Silva because I
Yeah.
do think that he's quicker. I think at this point, Pepe at times, what I've seen within the last international tournaments is that he's got that mistake in him where he can just get bounced off the ball. He's still got that physicality and aggression, but with age, you start to lose that speed. That awareness sometimes goes, the timing. He can get done out. Pepe, he's lost that pace. I still think he's a very solid defender, especially if you're dominating the ball. Against Uruguay, I think it's going to be one of those games where it'll be 50-50. Two good quality teams. It could be a difficult game to watch. So people will argue it's a big occasion for Antonio Silva, but I would like to see him play in that game.
You know what, Stu? I think that's perfect to go into tomorrow's games if you want as well.
Another proper number 9 that scored today that could have scored more actually is Lewandowski as well.
Yeah.
So that's the type of profile that is similar, as I'd say, to Haaland. But Poland, they won 2. No, was that 2-0? Was that 2-0?
Yeah,
2-0
against Saudi Arabia. They hit the post, I don't know how many times, but it was really close. And quickly want to touch base on the Croatia game against Canada, because everyone was sleeping on Croatia. Everyone was saying that Canada was kind of the dark horse of the competition or anything. What they did today is showing to the world that they still have quality and experience. And I'm sorry to say, but Croatia is looking good and can go far in the competition, in my opinion.
I said it the other day. I still believe in Croatia. Still, they got Luka Modric. They got an amazing Mateo Kovacic.
Yeah,
Kovacic made a huge game. He was everywhere. He was, he nailed the match. So I love the energy Kovacic bringing to the match. Modric is still playing. And then you got Kramaric surprisingly making a couple of goals. So from nowhere. And, there are really direct football. I like it. I like Croatia.
They had it difficult.
I think they are one of, maybe not the contenders, but they will be there fighting for something else than only.
But I have to say, Victor, I watched that game live actually, and Canada was terrible. I'm sorry, the defense was all over the place.
The midfield was wide open.
That was embarrassing, man. I know they scored the first, and then it was great for the history and for Alphonso Davies, first one to score in the World Cup, etc. It was a little bit of not a lucky goal because that was a clean and brilliant goal, but bro, as soon as they scored, it was early, obviously, real beginning of the game. I looked at the other lads. I said, guys, this is nothing like. Don't worry, Croatia is controlling this, and nothing's gonna happen.
Guys, I know football math doesn't add up, but Canada should have beat Belgium. So that just shows, I thought Canada against Belgium were fantastic. In this game, we saw that midfield and defense was getting ripped. And it shows the experience of Croatia. They always seem to get out of the group stages, get into the quarterfinals, somewhere around there. So I think that you can see Croatia with a much more experienced side, the better side, more quality players. But it shows you how poor really Belgium have been in this tournament in the first 2 games. So
that's and to think that they've got to play Croatia now in the final game as well, Paolo. It's not looking good for Belgium. I think what you said with Canada is quite bang on because they were better than Belgium in the first game. But I think because Canada probably because of the emotion going into a World Cup, like Stuart was saying, even scoring their first goal today, I think that first game against Belgium, they put everything into it. And I think because they come away without the win when they should have got the win, I think that can mess you mentally as well. So then to replicate that in the second game, it's so difficult. People don't realize that going again 4 days later, putting everything into that first game and thinking, do you know what, we didn't get what we deserved. I don't think they could have gone again for 90 minutes. I think that's why they're falling short.
It's a great point.
For me, I'll say, thank you. But I just believe that Croatia, for me, despite them finding their way through a tournament, I think when you look at the Perisic's, you look at Bruno Petkovic, who is a good link-up player, I'll give him his dues. I just don't think their attack has that, it doesn't make you crunch your toes and think, do you know what, I'm scared. Like if England played or Brazil played Croatia in the knockouts, I think they can both get their job done just because I think they lack that firepower up top. But that's my opinion.
Probably, But Croatia will be still there, and the defenders of Croatia, Canada make the goal on the first minute, but after that they are too serious. You know, Guardiola and Lovren, you know, they got their age, but they're still there and they're so serious. They don't lose the position anytime. So I think they're doing a great match, you know. So that's important for them.
So
and
guys,
maybe
what I
on the next matches against Brazil or England, they will go out. But we'll see. You know, they got their
guys,
chances.
what I want to do now is we have 10 minutes left. I want to do the score prediction on match day with you, and so we can talk about the games of tomorrow and also Wednesday. So I'm just going to share my screen quickly, and then we're going to talk about those games while we do the predictions. Let me know when you can. Yeah, I think you can see my screen
perfect.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can. Oh, by the way, scan the QR code on your screen, and you can do the same challenge. Your friends do your score predictions, etc. Open your packs as well. So we're gonna do some predictions now of the upcoming matches together. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. UK time, we have Cameroon against Serbia. We're gonna do the prediction all together. What do you guys think about that game? Do you think Cameroon can do something, or Serbia the dark horse? We said they should be normally the dark horse of the competition, but I haven't seen much from Serbia yet, so it might be that game. What do you think about that game?
I believe in Cameroon.
Cameroon for Victor.
Yeah.
Wow. I think Serbia will win.
Serbia will win.
Okay, Serbia win. Okay,
I'm going Serbia as well.
Okay, so
1-0 for me.
1-0, 1-0, 2-0. You know what? I'm going 2-0.
Give them one goal to Senegal, to Cameroon. I think they're gonna win in any case.
Oh, okay. 2-1.
I'm going 2-0 Serbia as well.
I go for
2-0 Serbia. You know what? Let's say 2-0 Serbia. Okay, fair enough. And then we have South Korea against Ghana. That would be an interesting one. 1 p.m. South Korea, Ghana.
I'm going Korea in that one, you know.
I think Ghana can do something. To be fair, I watched them play. The intensity.
I'm with you. I'm also with Ghana.
Can do much physically, but I think it will be draw.
Draw
match.
Yeah, draw. I can see a draw.
Yeah, I'll say a draw.
Okay, draw 0-0 or draw 1-1 with loads
1-1.
of
I think they'll score.
1-1. Okay, let's do that then. Okay, then we have Brazil against Switzerland. Aha.
Based on the Switzerland we saw in that first game, I thought they weren't that great. I think Brazil obviously were without Neymar, but I think they'll have a more balanced midfield. But I think they should have enough. I think it won't be high scoring. I think this could be a 2-0 Brazil. Nothing exciting. 2-0 solid.
2-0.
Get the job done and then they're into the knockouts. Yeah.
Okay, let's go for 2-0 then. Goal scorers, Ty?
I think Vinicius might get his first goal in the World Cup. And then I'm gonna go with Richarlison again to make it 3-2. Yeah.
Okay, Paulo, that one is for you, mate. Portugal, Uruguay. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time.
Guys, this is fully gonna depend on the lineup, but for me, I'm gonna go. If he goes with the lineup that I want, which won't happen at all, I'll go with a 2-1 Portugal win.
Yeah, me too.
Do you think Ronaldo will score one?
No, Portugal defense is too strong for the Uruguay.
I'll say he'll get a goal, and I think we may see Rafael Leão get a goal as well.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, by the way, this is the you can challenge friends as well when they are logged in as well. So I'm just continue without saving. But what do we have? Ecuador against Senegal as well.
It's gonna be a fascinating game, I think.
Ecuador, Senegal.
Wait. Just thinking about it, actually, is it whoever wins that goes through, isn't it? It's a shootout.
Yeah, I'm checking it right now. I think that's the
case.
case.
Of course,
This is where it actually does
that's
get
a big
exciting.
one. Yeah, that's a big one.
Straight knockout now. This feels like.
Yeah, that's a big one. Exactly.
They're both on 3 points.
Ecuador are on 4 because they drew
Ecuador.
with
Ecuador is on 4 and
if
Senegal is
Ecuador
on 3.
got Ener Valencia back for that match, they can make some goals and win the match. If not, maybe nail.
Yeah, do you know what? That's a big injury for them. You know, he went off with that knee injury that's been troubling him, and he's their captain. If he doesn't play, I think Senegal could.
I go for Senegal. I'll go for Senegal.
Yeah. So Sabi's going Senegal and
1-0 Senegal for me.
Yeah, I like that, Paulo. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, let's do that.
I said 1 draw.
Okay, let's say 1-0 Senegal, and then Sabi, that's yours.
Ooh.
Netherlands, Qatar. Well, they're out of the competition, but you
Qatar
never know what
shambles.
can happen. You know, if it's the
Qatar
same as
shambles.
Saudi Arabia and they promise them Rolls Royces if they win,
Yeah, it's gonna be
then
difficult, man.
you know.
They play. Their life would depend on it. But I go for a solid 3-0.
Yeah.
3-0.
3-0. 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Cody
Yeah.
Gakpo to get another then.
Yeah, most
3-0
likely.
for
And I hope
Netherlands.
one of the youngsters, Xavi Simons, used
Yeah,
to play
good
for
player.
Paris. Used to
Very
play
good
for Paris.
player.
Yeah,
Steve, I
he's-
want you. Steve, I
he's
want you to
quite
take care of the two others, the two last, Iran, USA, and Wales, England. So you played against Iran, you played against USA. What is your prediction for that game?
Interesting game.
That's a tough one. You know what? I sort of want Iran to win it because just the way they played against Wales and that. But I don't know. I think this might be a draw. 1-1.
Okay. Okay.
It's a big clash.
Interesting,
This.
yeah.
That's another one, by the way. That's a straight shootout. So
Yeah.
Let me check. Is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Straight shootout. This is what it feels like.
Yeah, very
These
true.
feel like early knockout games now. This is what I like.
Wait.
Yeah.
So we can expect some late drama, probably, yeah?
Yeah, and don't
Yeah.
forget as well, once it gets to Tuesday, all the games in each group kick off at the same time.
Yeah, it's an all or nothing. It's all
Yeah.
or nothing indeed.
I think
Yes.
USA gonna win.
So that means at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, we will also
Go on,
have
Steve. Go on. Give
Wales,
us
England,
go on.
mate.
Go on,
Nice.
surprise us.
Gareth Bale ain't doing
Nice.
nothing.
And if Wales beat us 4-0, we're out. So I'll probably say Wales 3-0. Nah, I'm only joking.
You know what? Let me just do that. 9-0. Okay. Babe.
I'm gonna say England will win 1-0. Harry Kane penalty.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So you
No
don't
chance
expect
for
England
them.
to dominate that game then.
Love it.
Okay, let's save this then. Right. Okay. We're not gonna do Wednesday, can we? No,
Yeah,
no,
we'll
no. We're
save
not gonna
that
do
for-
Wednesday
yeah,
because
yeah.
we'll catch
Yeah,
up
yeah.
on Tuesday anyway.
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting. Interesting predictions, guys. Let's see how it goes. But I think for the moment, since Victor joined, he's having the right score prediction. So we don't have any leaderboard, but I'd say he should be on the top of the leaderboard.
We'll
But
see.
yeah, guys, I think that was a good one. We'll catch up on Tuesday. For the people watching that show as well, scan the QR codes if you want to be part of it as well. Get involved. Join us on FanFest. It takes literally a few seconds to create an account. Follow FanFest Live and Matchday as well. But yeah, that was a good one. Full house as well. If you have
Yep.
anything to add before we wrap it up.
I was just gonna
is
say,
yours.
I know one of your Sabi guys, one of your guys in the comments, Ijax, is got big up to my boy Sabi and big up to the rest of the panel enjoying the show. So thank you for watching.
Thank you, Ajax.
Yeah, make sure you make a FanFest account. It takes you 2 minutes. If you watch on Big Steve's YouTube channel as well, a big thank you to everyone supporting Big Steve every single time. And also, if we can't see your comments, don't think we're ignoring you. It's just because you need to join the link in Big Steve's description. So every time Big Steve's on, we'll make sure the link's in the description. But yeah, you guys that are watching on there, Big Steve's community, big up every time.
Yeah.
And yeah, love the show, man. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I think people really love the show as well. Quality exchanges as well. I like that. It's cool. But yeah, let's catch up on Tuesday. Enjoy tomorrow's games and on to the next one. Allez les bleus.
Like, guys.
Yeah.